Bonjour, hello. We are so excited. Thank you for joining our Lancôme on HSN Facebook Live. I'm Kara Chamberlain. We have Robert Cook and I are so honored and are so excited. The incomparable and most iconic face of Lancôme, Isabella Rossellini, is joining us.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
I'm very happy to be here.
And I know so many of your fans are out there already. I'm looking, I already see Dahlia Savanta saying, wow, with lots of exclamation points. She's
so
really,
amazing.
really excited. So thank you, Dahlia, for joining us. And Kaylee Ryan is watching as well. And we are just thrilled, and I know you have lots of questions, not for Robert and I'm sure a lot from Isabella, so please ask us questions and please become engaged with us. That's what Facebook Live is all about. We're super excited. So, you know, Isabella, I want to start. I'm sure everybody wants to know, you know, when Lancôme contacted you in 2016 and said, will you be our ambassadress again? What did you think?
I couldn't believe it. I was totally surprised. You know, I've been for Lancôme in 1982, and I've been the Lancôme model for 14 years. And then my contract was not renewed, and 22 years later, they called me back. I was so surprised, because the reason they let me go after 14 years of working, because they said that advertisement, and I did all the advertisements, represents women's dream, and women dream to be young. And so a 42-year-old cannot represent that dream. So when I was called back, I said, well, what happened to the women's dream? Because I only became older. And we have a fantastic new CEO, Françoise Liman, and she said, Lancôme wants to be inclusive. Lancôme is for every woman. And that touched me so much. And so here I am, back.
Yay, we're so happy.
To me, you completely embody this brand. I mean, I started using Lancôme 36 years ago, and I remember your face on the advertisement, and I know so many of you out there feel the same way. You know, to all our friends and family and, you know, extended family through Lancôme, we're so excited, and you just really embody the brand, so thank you.
To me, it's touching. I mean, of course, I'm lucky because I'm the one that represents Lancôme. I'm the one that got the job. I'm the one that gets to have all the compliments. But I think it's so wonderful for every woman. I mean, I'm lucky because I'm the one that embodies this new evolution of a social evolution, not only of Lancôme, but just to know that we all count is wonderful.
And you know, and I think what really is a true testament is that everybody right now on Facebook is loving. They're all saying, Isabella's back, Isabella's back. I see, welcome back. How exciting. We love you. We're so happy to have you. We're going to shout out to Carol and Pia and Molly. We're so happy to see you out there. I just think it's incredible. They're saying, wow, she looks amazing. I'm seeing hearts and hearts and hearts and hearts and hearts and hearts. So lots of love.
And my head is swelling and swelling and swelling. All this compliment.
You know, I just think that truly is, you know, you represent our brand. I think I shared this with you when I met you, and I want to share the story too. When I first started at the Lancôme counter, back in 1990, I can't remember exactly what the day was, but you know what? You know the first face that greeted me at my counter? It was yours.
Yeah,
it was your face on the advertising at my counter.
I have to tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
So when I did the Lancôme advertisement, I was the only model. Today there are many ambassadors, but I was the only model, and I was everywhere. So my daughter went to school. She was little. She was 4 or 5 years old, and the teacher was teaching the children, you know, what to do if they get separated from their parents. So they said, remember your last name, remember your address, etc. So then the teacher asked my daughter, so now Elettra, her name is Elettra, you're lost in the airport, what would you do? Oh, she said, I'll just sit under the Lancôme ad. I said, well, why do you do that? That's my mom. She thought that advertisements were mothers, that all over the world there was photos of mothers for children to sit under, just in case they get lost.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That's a great story.
If only, right?
Story. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that. That was such a great story. Well, I know a lot of people are going to want to know, you know, when we think about beauty and women's at so many different ages, and at Lancôme, you know, we really truly believe that you should love your age. What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, that is also very important. You know, for me, it's not beauty in the sense that I have to be, I don't like to be told what to do anymore.
Yes.
I didn't like it when I was little. I didn't like it when I was little, but I had to listen. But now as you become older and you get a lot of authority, I just do what I want to do. So the idea that beauty is defined as a certain weight, a certain height, a certain hair color, a certain age, certainly is depressing. So I like to define beauty, and I think that that's true of every woman. They want to have the instrument. They want Lancôme and the companies that work for fashion or for cosmetic to give us the instrument to express our own sense of elegance or sophistication. And that's what I like Lancôme for. They create all sorts of product for all of us. And now they have fantastic women. They go from Lupita Nyong'o to me to Julia Roberts to the great Penelope Cruz, everybody.
Right.
Yes, and so that's really wonderful.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I know out there they agree with you too. Larry says, Isabella, our stunning, iconic beauty of Lancôme is back. Thank you, Larry, for tuning in.
Hallelujah. I mean, it's just
I've got
surreal.
thank you. And you know what? Meredith says, thank you, Isabella, for being such a great role model for women today. Sylvie says, oh my gosh, so excited. Isabella is back. Melanie is saying, she's the reason I started buying your products back in the 80s. Thank you, Melanie, for tuning in. You know, it's so wonderful to have all of you just really such this warm reception for Isabella. We're just so happy about that. And you know, there's a reason that Isabella's here and that she's here at the Home Shopping Network, because she is the face of our newest Rénergie Multi-Glow, this most beautiful cream. And I know that you had a chance to go to the labs, right?
You know, I asked Lancôme if I could go to the labs, because I don't think you can talk about something that you represent, to be a spokesperson, without talking to the people that created the cream, the chemist, the doctors, and of course they tried to explain it to me, and I haven't understood all of it because some of it is very scientific. But it was fascinating to see the work and what they are trying to achieve with the cream. So Rénergie is a cream that came out, I think, several years ago. I did the first advertisement. I think it was at least 35 years ago. And there has been different formulation of the cream, of course, to adapt. First of all, science evolves, so the cream also are getting better and better, but also to respond to different women, whether you live in a country that is cold, you want a certain texture in your cream, or if you live in a country that is very warm, you want another texture. So there are very, very different versions of Rénergie. And this one is the last one that was developed for women my age. But I give it to everybody.
I love, you know what I love about you? I love when you do this, because I know you are serious. Isabella, when her index finger comes up, she is
shaking
serious.
the finger.
I gave it to my brother, and he
Serious.
loved it. I gave it to my son because the texture is so light.
I'm gonna grab
it's
it.
so easy. Yeah, it's so
Because
easy.
I'm going to go over and get Carol ready with some of this beautiful cream.
okay.
We're going to get Carol all radiant.
Oh yeah, let's put it on Carol's skin so everybody can see it in action too. You know, I love this cream myself. I'm in my 40s, almost 50, and I have to say, this cream for me personally has just, it lights up your skin. It just gives you this gorgeous glow. I don't know if you want to come in close. Oh, you are in close on my hand. Thank you. I'm going to show you a little bit here. What we've done is we've taken all of the technology, the lifting and firming technology that you love in Rénergie, and what we've done is we've added this beautiful additional 2 ingredients, this gorgeous Schisandra berry that helps to bring that glow.
I ate the Schisandra berry. I tell you,
really?
it's fantastic.
You
Yes.
did not.
When I was at the lab, they had the Schisandra berry, which they grind.
You're kidding.
Yes, they take some essence of it, but they had the berry, and I said, I have an organic farm. I said, can I eat that berry? It was delicious.
I had no idea it was edible.
Well, yes,
I guess it is. You're still here.
It is. No, but almost everything we put is everything that it is in cosmetic
incredible.
is very.
What
I
did
don't
it
know if
taste
it's
like?
edible, but it was fantastic.
Yeah?
It was
it
comes
sweet or
from-
sour? Or?
No, it has many different layers, and that what was so interesting. It comes from a tree that exists it doesn't exist in our part of the world. It exists in Russia, I think, it's an evergreen.
Okay.
And he has this little berry that he has this pink color, and actually it's because the berry is included in the cream, it what gives the cream this, this pink coloration that then glows into your own skin. And so I try, because I have an organic farm, so I put everything in my mouth. And it had a little bit of the taste of the raisin, but it was incredibly aromatic.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's
it was
amazing.
really, yes.
That's incredible. And Schisandra berry in this formula, what it does is I want you to think about that beautiful, healthy glow. It's something that we all love to see in our skin,
yes,
no matter what our age is. And it just brings this rosy, healthy, beautiful glow to your skin. And it does it from the inside out, which I think is so special. That's what Lancôme is known for. We're known for our innovations and our technologies.
Yes.
And we're so blessed that we have these amazing, we take the investment, we take the time to research and develop products, especially in our Rénergie family, that you all know is the #1 family in the luxury market across the world. And instead of just resting on our laurels and having it be the Rénergie that we launched back in 1990, we bring you the latest in innovation, the ones that make you feel so good in your skin. And that's what Rénergie is all about. That's what I love about Rénergie.
Yes, I also used Rénergie, even through the years that I wasn't working.
Right, so I was going to say,
Lancôme.
you've been a Rénergie lady
Yes,
forever,
well,
right?
I have to say that Lancôme is a top cosmetic. You know, it's the pleasure to work with Lancôme is that you can't go better. I mean, the best lab, the best produce. And also they have so many different ones, so you always find the one that fits your skin and your needs. I also think that Lancôme is distributed in many countries of the world. And to me, it's very reassuring to know that every country, they have to go through laws and make sure that, you know, there is no allergic reaction, that it's very healthy. And so to me, to work with a big company like Lancôme of this standard is also a guarantee of quality.
Yeah, I would have to agree with
No,
you
don't
on
need
that
to say
one.
I like it.
No, it's
you know,
true. But,
just that.
And I think that's what makes that's why I've been with the brand for so long as well. It's
Yes.
because, you know what, when I stand here and I get to share with you the results that you can expect, I believe it. I believe in it. You know what, I want to shout out a couple more. We've got Alexa and Tatiana. Hi, ladies. It's great to see you on our Facebook Live. I know that Sylvie wants to know who is, so Isabel, they want to know a little bit more about you. I know we said you use Rénergie, but they want to know what your skincare secret is.
Oh. Well, you know, I don't have many secrets. You know, you'd be surprised, but I think that I'm an actress and a model, and when I work, we spend 3-4 hours a day in a makeup chair. So when I am not working, I do my makeup in 15 minutes. So a lot of people always say, and then also we are spoiled because we work with makeup artists like Robert and, you know, hair and, you know, so when I come home, part of me, I've learned a lot, but part of me is intimidated because I work with all these great artists. So my routine is, I have to say every day I would use a cream, perfume, which has always been Trésor for me, and a lipstick. This happens to be called Isabella because I always have a red lipstick. And this is what I wear every day. Then, even if I'm at my farm and all that, that's what I put. Then, then I have the skin, the sunscreen.
Sunscreen, yes, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yes. Then, if I go out in the evening, then I put a little bit of an eyeliner. Then I put a little bit of mascara. Of course, I use foundation, but I don't put it everywhere.
Yeah.
I put it here. I put it, you know, where I want to create an evenness in the skin color.
I think that's the key to, you know, having your skin just look flawless and beautiful. It's not covering it up. As women, we don't want to cover up our skin.
No, yes. I think you want, you know, to me, makeup is like home decorating. You want to make a beautiful table. You want to entertain your guests. And it's the same gesture of giving elegance and sophistication that I want to do it with my makeup. Of course, I mean, like you, all of us, you know, we look at ourselves in the mirror and we say, oh, I wish I had a different neck. I wish I had a different thing, you know. But if you start that really leads you to be depressed that day. But if you say, I play with this is the grown-up toys, and so we're going to use it to have fun, to show sophistication, playfulness. that really enhances your day.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Yes.
Now, I know that a lot are asking. I know Isabella gave an amazing tip about what she does, and she says, you know what, she only puts foundation just a little bit where she needs it. So I want to get over to Robert because he did Isabella's makeup a little bit ago, and I think he's got some fun tips to share, yeah?
Well, you know, I love foundation and I love makeup and what it can do. But I live in Texas where we wear a lot of makeup, so I call it micromanaging your makeup. And it's basically touching up where you need a little coverage and leaving the rest alone. It's purposeful placement with your makeup. So if you've got a discoloration in a spot, well, you know what? Cover that spot. If you've got a dark, you know, area where you just want to cover it up, pat a little bit on, and then buff out the edges so that you don't see the foundation. Skin is in. You want the skin to look like better skin, not a full mask of makeup. So, and then of course we've got that gorgeous Isabella lipstick. And I gotta tell you about lipstick because if you want the most easy application for your makeup.
I was just coming in. I'm sorry, I'm totally busted up the party.
No, I love this.
But they're asking out there, they want to know, what color is Isabella wearing? So you have to answer that for us.
This is Isabella Lipstick.
The Isabella lipstick, there's a lipstick called Isabella.
I mean, Isabella, that's when you know you've made it. You have your own lipstick.
Yes, you know,
I love that.
Yes, I always wore red because, again, I don't, in my real life, I use not as much makeup as when I am modeling or I'm acting, but I do put a red lipstick. And I did an advertisement with the great Brits in the desert in California. And I was dressed in black, and it was in the Death Valley where the sand is white. And I had just these lips, and an helicopter came. So you see that, you know, desert, and then a little figure like this, black. And a dot, a red dot, and the helicopter came with the camera on a close-up of my lips.
Oh my gosh, that must have been amazing.
That's amazing.
That must have been incredible. Oh my gosh, what a great story. But you know, Isabella, this is part of our L'Absolu Rouge collection.
Yes.
And
Absolute
we
Rouge,
created...
it was the advertisement of the Absolute Rouge.
I know you were. I mean, she was the face of L'Absolu Rouge. She's today's face of Rénergie Multi-Glow. She was the face of Rénergie when we launched it. I mean, I can't even express how proud we are that you're back.
Oh, I am so happy to be back.
We are so thrilled. I'm going to give a couple more shout outs. Zoe says, come back to HSN every day. This is the best segment ever. So I think you're going to have to buy a place in Tampa here. They want you to come back some more. Christian says, Isabella Lipstick, I have to have it. Going to the Lancôme.com now. Sean says, love you both, hearts and roses. So we've got some great things. I think we're going to get back over to Robert because he's going to give you some great lipstick tips. When you get your Isabella lipstick, he'll show you just how to wear it.
Well, Carol loves a strong lip, and so does Isabella on those times when she needs a bolder lip. If you're afraid of a dark lip, I tell you what, put it on, blot it off, and Isabella was sharing her secret. This is actually how she does it when she's working, or every day. Put it on, put a little gloss, take some of it off, or just literally dab the color onto your lips and work up to a deeper lip. You don't have to go for that really full-on bold color if that's not your strength. But if you notice Carol has on a tiny bit of foundation, a little bit of mascara, a little cheek, and a beautiful bold lip. If you want less lines and wrinkles, if you want your skin to look more youthful, if you're trying to cover up dark circles, quit covering and putting all this heavy makeup on. Show people what you want them to see. Play up your lips.
Can I add, I want to add something.
Sure.
I don't know if it's wise, but when I do my makeup, I also plan where I'm going. For example, if I go to a dinner and I just wear my red lipstick and very little makeup, I know that I will disappear. My makeup will disappear.
Right.
So if I know that I have to go to a dinner, generally I do my eyes stronger because I know the lip will disappear.
Right.
But instead, if I go and, you know, to a talk or a conference or a cocktail party, then I might do my lips stronger than my eyes. So it's also you have to adapt the makeup to the circumstances where you're going.
Yeah, that's a great tip because you never want to be
smart.
at dinner with your lipstick on. That's the worst feeling in the
Well,
world.
but it also disappears
Yeah,
because
it
you
goes
eat
away.
it.
You're eating,
you
it's
find it
gone.
in the napkin.
That's true. That is so true. I love this on Carol, too. You know what I love about this lip color is that it looks great on different skin tones, different hair colors. You can see it looks beautiful on Carol with her gorgeous silver hair. Of course, Isabella wears it effortlessly, which we love. I wish I put it on. I didn't. I put on a fuchsia. I would have worn the lipstick, too. I didn't know it was out here. We've got another question.
Yes.
And it's about our beloved Tresor.
Yes.
And people are saying, is that a fragrance? I remember you from the fragrance, but there are some that don't know Tresor. How would you describe Tresor?
So Tresor, so you have to understand that when Tresor came out, it was, what, 25 years ago, the cosmetic companies didn't have important perfumes. They were the designers who had important perfumes. But Lancôme wanted to have an important perfume, and so put all their energy to develop Tresor, and it was I did the first advertisement, and it also my work as a model evolved in the 14 years that I was with Lancôme. At first, I was just this kind of be beautiful and shut up, which was what women were considered beautiful in the 80s. You had to be beautiful, mysterious, not talk. People had to fill in with their own fantasy who you were. But 10 years into it, also because journalists, also women evolved, they started to say, we want to talk to the models. We want to hear what they have to say, what product they're going to use. And so then finally, Lancôme decided that I was going to represent Tresor, but I was also going to be the spokesperson for Tresor. And this is how, you were hopefully still beautiful, but you started to have a voice. It wasn't anymore this be beautiful and shut up, but be beautiful and speak up. And then Tresor was the first perfume where I was allowed to talk about it, and I asked Lancôme if I could be at the meetings to understand what was the rationale of all their choices, and it all came together into a magical perfume represented by an incredibly beautiful advertisement campaign that we were all very proud of. I think we have it. Can we show it? No, we don't show it.
I think we're going to show it when we air on Saturday, tomorrow. So tune in for the Saturday shows because we have that most iconic, iconic
You know what I love too,
commercial.
Isabella, what you said when we were doing makeup? You talked about fragrance, and I showed you a cream from the past, from the archives of Lancôme with Nutrix.
Yeah.
And it was incredible because the first thing out of her mouth was, oh my gosh, it's amazing how scent takes you back. So
Yes,
you haven't been complimented on a fragrance in a while.
Nutrix was the first cream that I advertised. Yes, I'm back. It's back. Also, Nutrix.
It's back.
With me.
Nutrix is back with you. That's amazing. If you really do want to know what it smells like, I encourage you to try it. Let me try to describe it for you in 20 seconds or less, because it is it's the fragrance of treasured moments. And it all begins with this beautiful Damascena rose, which is very vibrant and energizing at the top. At the heart, it's peach and apricot blossom, just beautiful white flowers and peaches and that luminosity at the heart. And then it becomes very sensual as well. It's a beautiful scent with the amber and the musk and vanilla, and it warms up and it just really stays on your skin with you. And it never walks in the door before you. It never lingers before, when you leave, but it hugs you and embraces you all day long. And that's what we love about Tresor. So if you're interested in Tresor, give it a try. We've got D, says Isabella. Thank you for showing women beauty and age are just a state of mind. Be fearless. So thank you, Dee, for tuning in. I know Jamie says, so happy that you're back with Lancôme. You are the epitome of style and sophistication. And she wants to know if you have any Lancôme, if you have a favorite Lancôme campaign. Like, what was your favorite campaign?
I mean, as you were presenting the perfume, I had to tell you something really interesting. So, so the way fragrances are developed, you work with noses, they're called. They are chemists that are very sensitive. They learn, and they're like chefs. They create these fragrances. And Lancôme, when they wanted to do Tresor, had several of different chefs coming with different fragrances, and then you do a marketing research with this, you test which one would be better. And while we were doing it, I fell in love with Tresor, with the one that became Tresor. But I thought it was so original that I thought, they're doing a marketing research, of course they're going to go with the most commercial one.
Right.
So I was using it a lot, thinking it's never going to make it. Well, all the women, agreed with me, and Tresor, the one that was selected, was really the one that also tested the better. So I was so pleased. And I asked, can I meet the nose? Because the nose wasn't meeting with me. She was a chemist away in Paris. So I had dinner with Sophie Grossman that developed the fragrance of Trésor. And she told me, this is amazing, because we didn't talk to each other. She said, you know, I developed the fragrance Trésor after seeing Casablanca, the film Casablanca. The film Casablanca is with my mom. My mom is Ingrid Bergman. And then I kept it in the drawing, saying, you know, one day I will have the... And then Lancôme contacted me and I presented it. I didn't know that you were going to be in the advertisement. Isn't that incredible?
Oh my
That
gosh,
is.
that's
Yeah.
incredible.
I couldn't believe it.
That's
Meant to be.
incredible. She had your mom in mind, and then
She had
you
my
ended up
mom in
representing
mind,
the brand.
And I ended up, but we didn't know it.
That's
But
incredible.
somehow all the dots reconnected.
And that's really the story of Trésor too. Something that astonishes me, as Trésor has been around for decades. But what I see with Trésor is mothers pass it on to their daughters, who pass it on to the granddaughters, and it's just this beautiful family of Trésor women that we have.
Timeless.
It's totally timeless.
It's a big classic. It's already a classic.
Yeah,
And it
absolutely.
doesn't smell like anything else, and that's
No.
what I love about it.
No.
You smell it, you know.
I want to
you're
do a
wearing
couple
Trésor.
little shout outs. We've got Vivian that said, I stopped using Lancôme when the company parted with Isabella. Now she's back, so am I. So thank
Good
you,
for you.
Vivian. We're so
Power.
happy. We are on. Robert and I will be on at 2 a.m. tomorrow. Isabella's joining us tomorrow all day, so please tune in. If you didn't get a chance to talk to her, hopefully you can on Saturday. We'll see you.
We're so
Thank you.
excited.
Thank you.
so
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me. Thank you. Thank you for all the compliments.